everybody, it's Jenny and Jeanette from Kimberbell, and we are here today to answer your questions about the borders and the sashing of our wonderful Wallflower Mystery Quilt, which is now complete and gorgeous, and we hope you had a wonderful time making it. But we are all about experiencing the joy of creativity, not experiencing frustration, not experiencing confusion, and we've noticed there has been a little bit of confusion and some questions. So here to answer our questions is Jeanette, who knows all the things, and you could not be in better hands than Jeanette. So Jeanette is going to explain how it works with the borders and the sashing and how those repeat patterns work. So Jeanette, take it away.
Great. So I brought a couple of things to show you to help understand the borders. So the borders are a pattern, and we want that pattern to repeat over and over again and look very continuous. And that's where some of the questions are coming from, and that's why the links and the files, like, they look the same, but they're called different, and what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I have just some batting. I cut a piece of batting. So this would be like your smallest hoop, like a 5x7 hoop. And I have spools of thread because that's what we have at work, spools of thread. So this pattern, I just pulled 3 spools, like red, yellow, blue. This would represent a whole pattern.
So like you're talking about, like, okay, so we've got the ladybug, the swirlies, the butterfly.
And a butterfly, right?
Okay, so these are those 3 elements, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And we want this to repeat over and over and over again. So when you look at the quilt, you can't tell where you started and stopped every single hoop, right? So you could do that, and then you would hoop it again, and we actually cut the file short so it like actually does just match, which is why it's shorter than normal on some of them. So then you would just repeat that over and over and over again, right? So then it would look continuous. So then we have our longer hoop. So this would be like your 6x10 hoop. So we want the same thing to happen here. So we want red, yellow, blue, and then we want the pattern to repeat again. So we need red, yellow, and but
what happened to blue?
The blue doesn't fit, right? And so we're missing this part. And if we just did this over and over again, you would notice
that something was missing.
Something was missing.
Got it.
And so in order to make the file so it looks the same over and over again, this file is the same as this one now. So they're the same. So, and it works just the same on the bigger ones too.
Okay.
So that's why we do it the way that we do it, because we want this pattern in its entirety to repeat over and over and over again. So it looks the same.
Right, okay. And they want to use their largest hoop.
Yes.
Because that's less work for them.
It is less hoopings to do it with your largest hoop. So I would recommend, if you have a hoop that will do the longest file, do that one, choose that one, and repeat that one over again. And if you don't, do the other one. And you know, you'll see this online a lot. People will repeat it, so they'll do, you know, 3 or 4 lengths at the same time in the hoop. Put a couple of them wide in the hoop so you're not doing as many. And that will also help.
So you wanted to offer the full spectrum of sizes.
Yes.
Because people have different sizes of hoops.
Yes.
And if you had left some out, then people would be like, wait, what happened to these options?
Yeah, correct? So we still, and you're kind of asking about, like, why do I have 2 files named differently, but they're the same thing, right? So we had a choice when we were looking at making this repeat patterns. When we introduced these, we could either only give you the files that have the whole repeater pattern, and then we would have people questioning, but I'm missing files. Where are all my files, right? That would be a question we would receive. Or we would choose the option we did, which is this one, which we give you repeat files, and then we have the question of, like, well, why do I have repeat files? So either way we chose, there would be questions.
Right, and it's better, we thought, maybe to err on the side of giving you too much than not giving you enough.
Not giving you enough, right?
Because you can always ignore the ones you don't want.
Absolutely. Right? But to then feel like you didn't get all of them, we thought that would cause more confusion.
Right.
So,
because you want the full value. Yeah.
We do. So, and then all of this that I'm explaining here is actually included in the instructions. So you get a whole set of instructions. So I'll show you, like, I kind of sorted them. There is an entire set of instructions that talks step by step through the whole process of borders that comes with the quilting. So you have to look in the background quilting folder.
Okay.
And then there's a set of instructions.
And that's where they find these.
And that's where they find these. So, and then on here, right up front, you're noticing they're a little different than the normal ones. They have these, like, double arrows that point between, and this big sign that talks about this has repeat borders.
Okay.
And when you're looking at designs online and whether it might have repeat borders or not, these are the light gray borders.
Okay.
That will have repeat patterns and that you will see repeat files. And the dark gray borders aren't. They're not super continuous. They're just so there's that. So this talks about here, and then it references page 4.
Let me hold
So
that for
then,
you.
yeah. So on page 4, it has a whole section here at the bottom that talks just like what we talked about here with the thread colors.
Okay. So bottom line is they need to choose the biggest file that'll work for their biggest hoop.
Yes.
And you can just ignore all the other things.
Yep.
And don't worry about it.
Yep, and just make your borders, make them look continuous, they'll be beautiful, and you get to finish your quilt, which you've worked on all year long.
Oh my goodness, so exciting. You guys, it's done. Well, good. Well, are there any other questions you think that we need to address?
I don't think so. I think that's
Okay.
the main confusion.
The main confusion, just all of the different, the naming and the naming. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit.
Well, the naming is just that,
We wanted to keep it consistent,
yeah,
correct?
keep it consistent between all of the background quilting, so when you open it and look at it, you're just
Right.
familiar with what's there.
Right.
And there is a chart. The instructions will tell you exactly how long each border length is, and it's included in these instructions. I mean, these instructions, how many pages are there?
Oh my goodness,
What's
I don't
your
even
last
know.
page?
It's like a book. 10.
There's 10 pages of instructions that talk about all the different things.
Yeah, so maybe just a nice thorough read and you'll on your way to stitching your quilt and experiencing the joy and creativity. You guys, thank you so much for participating in the DDE Wallflower Mystery Quilt this year. We hope that you had a blast discovering each block every month and sewing it out and feeling that kind of camaraderie with everyone who was making it. So thank you for trusting us to sign up for something that you had not seen and doing it. And we hope that you've loved how it's come together and that this has helped to answer your questions. So thanks everybody. Have a great day.